Hi, my name is Ramona Jones, and what I'm trying to do is I have to do a speech on the day on the USS Lexington. It was Sunday morning. We were going back home from a 30-day cruise, and we were cleaning up our payroll because we had just had payroll the day before. So we were finishing that up so when everybody got into port, everybody could go home to their families. It was about 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock when it was time for us to knock off. All of a sudden, we heard a big boom on the ship. So everyone ran to the TV screen. Lo and behold, there was a big ball of fire on the flight deck. The crewman got on the intercom and said, "Fire on the flight deck, fire on the flight deck. This is not a drill." Then we saw everyone running because parts were flying everywhere, and the crew was trying to get into safety. So the rescue crew came out. They did a good job. They out the fire. But when all was said and done, 5 of our crew members had died, and about 17 were injured. So the non-flight crew, that's me and everyone in my office, we had to go and get blankets, caskets, everything to make a makeshift clinic. We got everything. We went up on the flight deck. We made the flight deck. We made the makeshift clinic. Some of our crew members were coming down with 50% of their body burned, 70% of their body burned. The pilot, they had to get him out of the burnt aircraft. So the 5 dead bodies stayed up on the flight deck, and the other crew members came down on the quarter deck. The captain of the ship told us that we would have to stay out to sea for 24 hours because of this incident. Because anytime an incident happened on board a ship, you have 24 hours to get it investigated. That was the longest 24 hours I ever counted. That night, while people were in their rack, you could hear people crying, people sick. Someone was just sitting up. It was a long night. Finally, morning comes. We were like about 15 miles away from port. That was the quietest morning ever. Everybody was walking around numb. When we got pulled into port, we usually, there have to be a crew that stayed on the ship for duty. So what the captain did, because you have to have a crew on board, he told all their family members that they could come on board that day and stay with their family member until nightfall. When we walked off that ship, there were more family members, TV, newscasters, everybody wanting to find out what happened. We couldn't talk to them. We couldn't tell them anything. We had to let that be up to our captain, our executive officer. The best thing was for me is when I saw my fiance standing there with tears in his eyes because he was trying to call the ship all night, didn't get through. They blocked all calls. And to see all these family members sitting around crying, thinking, is my son, my husband, my boyfriend, are they one of the ones that got hurt? And you could tell the ones that lost a family member, you could tell the ones that family member got hurt. To be on a ship and think that, oh, I'm just gonna go on the ship and it's gonna be an everyday thing. I'm gonna go to ship, go to work and come back home. You cannot think like that. First, you have to think safety. You have to think about the people around you. You have to make sure yourself is safe. because that was the hardest thing for us to have to come back to that ship on Monday and try to go back to work. We had grief counseling. That didn't help because they only kept me there 3 or 4 days. But you had to get back to work because, just like they say, it's a job. That day, I did not see no adventure for the Navy. That's why I say it takes a strong person to go in the military. It takes a strong person to learn how to love another person, to be their family member away from their original family, because we became a family on that ship. And to go back to that ship on Monday morning knowing that you're not going to see 20 something people missing, not they come in our office for payday, and knowing you're not going to see those people and have to close out all those records is a tearful, hurtful thing. In my conclusion, I want to say I want everybody to pick a career, but always know that you're picking it and it's something for you. No matter what you're going to go through, always make sure you have a friend or some friend. So when those lonely days come and that day happened to us, all we had is us to turn to. So that is my story on the date of the USS Lexington. And I want to thank y'all for coming and listening to me. Y'all have a good day.